First off, Peach, what jersey you got on, man? No, on. What's on, bro? What jersey did you have on?
Baby,
Is that a Golden State?
Come on, baby. This is the Durant All-Star John. Like they be forgetting, cuz. Hold on, man. What are you talking about, man? Slum Reaper, baby.
Take that jaw off, bro.
Some of my man had 35 today too. Who saved Phoenix ass at the end, man?
Okay. So I tell KD, man, he got to win a chip.
Whew. They looking it's early, 3 games only.
Okay. All right, we're gonna revisit it.
They looking all right. They looking all right.
So you're Oklahoma City fan or you a Golden State fan?
I am a Kevin Durant fan.
So
I go where KD go, man.
So you got to take your joint down, put the Suns up.
Nah, because this the real KD. This is when KD was the real love. Like, people really love this KD.
Okay.
KD's after, they slander my guy too much, but I'm rocking. That's my guy, man.
I'm included in they. I see it is. Hell of a talent. Definitely. Hell of a talent, and I just be popping shit. But
speaking of KD too, the ballroom did like my TikTok video the other day.
Yeah. You going on as a special guest soon?
I hope so. Yo, let's get right into it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about the NBA, right? We're approaching slowly but surely playoff territory or play-in territory. I hate to play in, but that's another topic for another day. We're approaching that playoff territory, bro. And, I mean, we already talked about how the West looks loaded and there's going to be a lot of fun matchups. The East, not so much, but I'm going to give you one team in particular that I'm looking forward to seeing in the playoffs in the East, bro, and this is the first time in a while. The New York Knicks, bro. I don't know what it is, bro. They're playing great basketball. Jalen Brunson looks like a star. You know how I feel about Jalen Brunson. He's been hooping, bro. I mean, he's been doing everything that he needs to do for the Knicks. They got some nice pieces. Grimes making some big shots. RJ Barrett, even though I don't really like Julius Randle game, he's doing what he needs to do for them to win.
Very efficient this year, more. And I think that's the compliment of having somebody like Jalen Brunson, because Jalen Brunson was kind of like what they was missing. That point guard that can go out there, he's going to get his, but he's also going to get others involved as well. And it's not so much as Randle having to dominate the ball. And you see what is the results. Randle's averaging 25 points and 10 rebounds.
I've seen that. And he ain't missed a game all year.
At all. Percentage at the three-point line is way up from last year. And Tibbs is doing a phenomenal job having these guys buy into the defensive culture, what Tibbs has been his whole coaching career. And there's a lot of teams that are not going to want to see this Knicks team in the first round.
I agree.
They get it done.
What seed are they in currently?
I want to say 5, but let me confirm.
Yeah. Double check that. Because I just want to see the potential matchup, right? Because I know you got...
They're 5 right now. So they'll be matched up with the Cavs if the playoffs started today.
That's a tough one, though.
Very tough one.
That's a tough one. See, that's tough.
I don't think you want to see them.
Yeah. And even if the Knicks won, I don't think they can get one in Cleveland.
Tough, man.
That's a long, tall squad. And then you got D. Mitch who can give you 60. That's tough, bro. That's tough. You got to have somebody to match up. And I like Jalen Brunson, bro. And Jalen Brunson can go at it with you, but I don't know about 7 games.
I don't think he has the role to. I don't think he has the role to do that. You see how Donovan Mitchell on the Cavaliers, he basically can just score if he wants to. You got, Garland is going to facilitate, get the team involved. Mobley and Allen is going to handle the defensive responsibilities along with the rebound and the setting the picks. So Donovan Mitchell only has to go out there and score, whereas Brunson has a little bit more on his plate as far as leading the team. So I definitely don't want them to see them.
Yeah, I don't want that. Who's 6?
6 right now is the Nets, which is surprising because I think they're gonna fall. But how much are they gonna fall? Because
I know it's only a couple games left.
Is Atlanta, Miami, the Raptors and the Wizards. So it's like any one of those series, even if they fell to the play-in, I like the Knicks out of damn near all those teams. Maybe the Heat, but the Heat's been like this all year.
True.
So
true. Yeah, bro. Excuse me.
Bless.
Thank you. But I was just, and we're gonna stay on the Knicks, but I just started thinking about the Nets, and I was about to say they'll be out of 8 by the time the playoffs start, but I forgot about the play-in tournament. But even if they are, if they stay 6, right, they're still in that play-in tournament.
No. So
6,
1 through 6
7.
is the solid.
7.
7 through 10 is the
okay.
I can
see the Nets being 7 and still not making the playoffs because of the play-in scenarios.
I think the reason why I don't think the Nets is gonna fall all the way out, KD and Kyrie gave them enough
cushion
so they can drop a few games. And long as they win the games that they're supposed to win, they beat the hell out of the Hornets today. Long as they win those games, they're definitely not gonna fall out. They got too much room for error.
Yeah.
So,
and that's what I mean by the East playoffs is I'm licking my chops if I'm a Bucks, Celtics, Sixers to play the. You know what I mean? Like, so those matchups will be the ones that it'll be painful to watch. I'll throw it on, check the score. But like that Western Conference playoffs is going to be tough.
it definitely is.
And
though.
Speaking of the Western Conference, I know we've been talking about the Lakers frequently and how they're going to fare without LeBron. They just played Golden State with Curry coming back his first game back healthy. Golden State been on a little roll. They've been getting some. They beat the Clippers, and then they beat I forget who they beat after that. The Pelicans. They beat the Pelicans. They beat New Orleans, both in Golden State. But then they got Curry back, and you go to LA with no LeBron, no D'Angelo Russell. I thought maybe Golden State would get that because AD hasn't been playing like the AD that he needs to play like. Mm-hmm. But he shut me up in that game. I think he had 39, something like that. Did his thing. So, how you feel about the Lakers, man? Do you still think it's playing?
I still think it's playing. So right now they're one game behind the Blazers for that last spot.
Okay.
I think that the Blazers are slowly trail out of there, and the Lakers are slowly slip in.
So what's that? 10?
That'll be 10th. So they'll be 10th. So I think the Blazers will drop down to 11th. The Lakers will sneak into that 10th spot. And I think it's just all on Anthony Davis. I think if you can get D'Angelo Russell back at least for at least a few games before LeBron comes back, I think they can get this done. They dropped that game the other day versus the Timberwolves. I feel as though that's a game that you should win. But people are sleeping on the fact that since the Timberwolves got Mike Conley, I think they're on like a 3 to 4 game win streak. I know everybody's not banking on the Timberwolves to, make noise in the playoffs, but like this is still an all right team with Mike Conley at the one, Anthony Edwards. You still got Rudy Gobert. Whenever Cat gets back. But I really think if Anthony Davis can be, like we said, that 32, 12, 3 blocks, I think they can get it done, bro. Because they got complementary pieces. They're just missing a D. Russell, and obviously they're missing LeBron. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So, what do you think their ceiling is? Right? Like, let's say they do get in, and let's just throw. I'm not even going to be super optimistic. Let's just say they get in and they lock in and they secure that 8th seed, and they have to play Denver. Is that a series you see them winning? What's the chances of them winning it? Like, are you giving them a 40% chance? Because me, I'm not big on Denver. But let me hear your take. What do you think?
That's one of the teams that I don't feel like they need to see. I feel like they need to avoid early. I feel like they need to avoid the Denvers, the Phoenixes, and the Golden States. Anybody else, I feel like they could arguably get it done.
Bro, why do you believe in Denver, bro?
Bro, because I really think Jokic is just minus the MVPs of the last 2 years. Just take that away. Take those away. And you look at what Jokic is doing right now this year for this Denver team and the pieces that they got complimenting around him. I don't know. I feel like the Lakers make too many mistakes in games to be able to beat a team like Denver, bro. I think the Jokic is a mismatch. The way they run their offense.
Yeah, on offense, bro. But on defense, Anthony Davis, if he plays like this, he's going to give Jokic everything Jokic wants, bro. That's going to cancel out. If Anthony Davis plays like the Anthony Davis that we know he can be, he is just as good. He just doesn't pass as well. But he's just as good scoring and rebounding than Jokic. And then you give me LeBron. And
I'm not saying that he can't.
Jokic's defense.
The big word is like if. Like I know what I'm gonna get from Jokic in a playoff series. Offensively, yes, and then fuck it, he's slow defensively and shit like that. But that's why you have Aaron Gordon down there. That's why you insert a Bruce Brown into the starting line.
I like Bruce
Brown. That's why you got KCP to be out there on the perimeter and stuff like that. I think they will cancel each other out, Anthony Davis and Jokic, but it's if Anthony Davis, Anthony Davis be having those games where it just doesn't look like he runs by, he trips over his fucking shoe. Now his arm is broken and he's out for fucking 25 games.
No, you're absolutely right,
So I think
bro.
that's the dual factor. If we get Anthony Davis from that 2020 bubble run matched up with Jokic, arguably, yeah. Like, I can lean towards Lakers in this series. But, bro, I just don't know. I feel like Jokic's effect on the game is just, like, it's so scary this year, bro. I want to see this series, man. I want to see this series, bro.
Because when Denver gets kicked out of these playoffs like they have the last couple years, they've been a 1 seed. Like, I'm just... I don't know, bro. Like, you got to do something for me, bro. And I'm starting to get there with the Sixers. Like, bro, you got to come on, let's get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Like you keep Jimmy Butler. Okay, that didn't work. Let's go get Tobias Harris and pay him $1 billion. And that didn't work. you got to get there. At least get somewhere. I'm not saying only one team wins a championship. I get it, but get to a Eastern Conference or Western Conference Finals. Like, do that for me, Jokic. Can you do that?
Yeah,
all these fucking MVPs that he want to give you. Sorry, bro.
He has to do. This is the year. We don't need a semifinals loss. Western Conference Finals or less, bro. And that's what I feel as though that's I feel like that's the Denver ceiling right now. Anything before that is
okay.
It's a fail of a season.
Before we transition into this next topic, Denver's 1. Let's say Lakers are 8, right? Let's say Denver squeak it out in 7 games, right? You said the Lakers. It's a lot of ifs to get that, right? So let's say Denver pulls that out. Now you're looking at 4 or 5. Let's say Phoenix stays 4. They're 4 right now, right? Or let's say 4 or 5 is
Phoenix
is 4. Yeah. Let's say Phoenix stays 4, bro, and Phoenix wins. Denver's losing that, right? To Phoenix and your man KD. Okay. All right. Let's say Golden State moves to 5, Phoenix moves to 3, and Golden State wins that 4-5. Let's say it's Dallas, Golden State 4-5, and let's say Nuggets got to play Warriors and they lose in the second round. Do Denver get an excuse because they ran into KD or Curry, or they still have to win that? You're the 1 seed, bro.
They still got to win that, bro.
And you're the 3-time back-to-back MVP. Now, this is our last topic, and this is a perfect segue. I'll let you take it away. What did Draymond Green bring up about the international players?
So Draymond Green said a couple of days ago how they don't get enough scrutiny as the USA players, which I can agree with a certain extent. Until I felt the only international player that got scrutinized after a while, and I think it was because of the way he was dominating, the way his game was Giannis. Giannis was bully balling his way into the paint, bully balling his way to 30 and 12, and then he would run into teams like the Miami Heat, which would build a wall around him. They would lose. He would run into the Toronto Raptors. They would build a wall around him and lose. So it was actually up 2-0 in that series versus Toronto. Kawhi Leonard said, I'm going to get Giannis, and then they came back and won. So I felt like after Giannis won that title, everybody started becoming a Giannis fan and giving him the respect he deserves.
Rightfully
That's
so.
that's the only player that I feel as though was scrutinized. I feel like Luka doesn't get enough scrutiny, and I know he's still young. Jokic doesn't get enough scrutiny. Who else is like some international like superstars?
Well, Embiid went to college in the U.S., right? So you count him.
Yeah, you kind of could count him as a U.S. player, but he also too. I think Giannis was the only one that was kind of like magnified, and I just think it's because of his game, the way he played the game of basketball. People wasn't a fan of that shit after a while. So
yeah.
What's your take on it, bro? Like, what you think? Do you think these international players get enough scrutiny to win a title?
Nah, bro. I think Draymond's right. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's that, but it's something that I didn't really think about until I seen him bring that up. But like the Luka conversation is something that isn't talked about a lot. Like I go on my rants about Jokic, right? But that's more so because of the MVPs. Like Luka doesn't have an MVP, but I feel like Jokic gets a lot of accolades, right? And I watch him and I get it. He's talented as hell, right? To be that tall and be able to see the floor and be like a point center. You know, we don't see that a lot. But I think to have 3 MVPs and those things, that's why I go on my Jokic rants. But he's correct about Luka. You know, like Luka, we need to start getting there because I recall when LeBron was around this age and he couldn't win with Cleveland. You know, it was a lot. And LeBron's the most scrutinized athlete. You know, maybe about
a mile.
But but they were on him about that. Even your man KD, he got to win and all those type things. So. I agree with Draymond, man. And I'm going to start putting more scrutiny on these dudes. That's why I'm on my Jokic tip, bro. Like these 3 MVPs, you got to stop giving these guys MVPs, man. They just be like, I don't get it, man.
Can I ask you something though, bro, about the MVP with Jokic, right? If he didn't win the MVP the last 2 years, you could probably argue those. Mm-hmm. He's not your MVP this year?
Not mine, bro. I think Embiid has just been playing.
I swear, you really want Embiid to get this fucking MVP.
Bro, I think Embiid has been dominating, bro.
He has.
He's leading the league in scoring, bro.
I can't argue that.
And when he played Jokic, he baked them, bro. He baked. What? Bro, Jokic couldn't do nothing with him.
He really took that matchup to heart, bro. He took that matchup to heart, man.
Bro, I just think, man, and maybe it's me, bro. I sometimes, and I get the valuable, right? They go into all these metrics and, you know, plus minus and all of these, shits that we don't get into here on those stats. But I just like to see you go out there, me versus you. I know it's not a one-on-one game, but within the team flow, it's not like I said, it's not like the Sixers are a horrible team. They're winning too, just like, they might not be a 1 seed, but I think the records are almost identical.
Is there a player on the Nuggets that matches a James Harden type caliber player?
This James Harden? Yes, I think Jamal Murray is there.
He's been looking all right this year. James been looking like James are old for a little bit.
Yeah, bro. He been looking all right, bro, but not the James that was going to give you 40, 50, 10, and 10. Oh, yeah. Bro, you got to remember, like, James Harden was a different player a few years back, bro. Now James Harden's a solid 22, 10 assists. Absolutely. That's James Harden nowadays. Jamal Murray, he had that injury, but let's not forget he was going 50 points with Donovan Mitchell in the playoffs, in the bubble.
Easily.
So, like, Jamal Murray can light it up. And I'm taking Michael Porter Jr. every single day of the year over Tobias Harris.
They're both.
I hate Tobias.
Both their nicknames is
Tobias Game, right? Tobias Game.
Mr. Field Goal Attempts. That's all they fucking do.
I'm still taking Michael Porter Jr., bro. And that supporting cast, man. I don't know. Man. I just think Embiid should win. And I don't have nothing like. The NBA is giving me a reason to go at Jokic because, like, 3 MVPs, bro, you're reaching uncharted territory, bro.
Yeah, it is crazy. Like, I feel as though it's like he's gonna be in a category of his own, and like, man, in a couple years, I hope this ages well, man.